Welcome back to the channel. I'm Justin Burke. I am a singer-songwriter and vocal coach. We are about to get into this analysis of BTS's new song, Louder Than Bombs. It's actually one of my favorite off the album. This is such a good song to me, so we're gonna do the full analysis on it really quickly. I have been stuck inside for like a week, so I'm starting to go crazy. Just saying. I hope that you are all healthy. Leave me a comment as well. Let me know, how are you doing? How's the family? My love and prayers are going out to you during this time, not only for your health, but for every other area of your life that this virus might be impacting. If you're new, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there. And then if you want to learn to sing, you can have an amazing voice. You don't have to be born with a great voice, and it's easy. It doesn't have to be difficult. All it takes is like 10, 20 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week. You can have an incredible singing voice. Whenever you have 15 minutes, take my free singing lesson and you'll prove to yourself just how quickly you can improve, even if you have no singing experience. So go check that out whenever you get a chance. Link is down in the description. This actually isn't gonna be a reaction. I can react to it as well. A lot of those end up getting taken down by copyright strikes. So for this, I'm actually just gonna analyze the song. So if you haven't heard the song, go listen to it. It's amazing. Again, one of my favorite off the album. So you're just gonna hear me talking. There's not gonna be much context if you don't actually go listen to the song. So go listen to the song if you haven't, and then come back here and we can continue talking about it. So we're going to start with verse 1, and we're basically gonna break down the lyrics, and then I'm also gonna talk about some things that they did vocally that I really loved. So verse 1, and just to even start it off, the production, incredible. I love that lower bass, and I love the sound. It's kind of gritty. They added a distortion on the bass at the beginning. Sounds amazing, but starts off with Jungkook, and he says, "Now it has grown to be so clear, the unfamiliar shadow amidst those cheers." And also, this is probably not a perfect translation, but I think that hopefully this should give the idea of what the song's about, so we can talk about that. Then V comes in, "Perhaps I wouldn't be able to believe the words. Let's see and hear only good things no more." And I did a little research, and it seems like that's alluding to a song that they released in the past about basically, that might even be the lyric of "let's see and hear only good things." And right off the bat, we can see that this is talking about that same shadow side, and the shadow side of success and fame, and the pressure that comes with that, especially in the music industry. This is one of the most difficult industries to navigate, from someone who's in it, from someone who's been in it a lot more on the artist side years before, and who has a lot of friends who are big time artists, really touring around the world and playing for stadiums. And I know what's posted on social media versus what actually happens in real life and the full story, and many times those two are completely different. And I think that BTS are giving us kind of an insight into this, which is really powerful. I also loved V's tone on this. I always love V's tone, but he killed it on this song. I loved just the articulation and the precision, agility, and control that they have in their falsetto register. The little vibrato that Jungkook added at the end of the first phrase. After that, I was sold. I was like, oh, one of my favorite ones. All it took was that little vibrato on the end of that falsetto note. I was like, ooh, okay, it's my favorite. But anyway, Jimin comes in and says, "Your silent sadness, it shakes me." And then Jin says, "In my quiet sea, waves would sometimes rise." They're basically setting the landscape of the song and just saying, look, this is what's going on. Like, we're feeling this pressure. This is not as easy as maybe we thought it would be when we were striving for it. There's a lot of difficulties with this, and a lot of difficulties not just with the industry, but just life in general, no matter what level of success you've reached. But now we go to the chorus. I love this chorus. It is so catchy. I'm not just saying that. As soon as I heard this chorus, it's stuck in my head. It's gonna be stuck in my head for a while. And the smooth falsetto melodies that they have there sounds incredible. My only thing that I would have wished is on the production side. Now maybe this is biased, okay, because I'm a singer and a vocal coach, but I wish that the vocals, this is probably so biased, but I wish that the vocals would have been turned up. I think in a lot of pop music, sometimes these producers, they boost the instrumentation, which can sound good, and in some headphones, you can still hear vocals if it's, headphones that boost a lot of high end. But when it comes to headphones that I like to use with a lot of low end, it's like I lose some of the vocals and the blend just becomes difficult to hear. And so I wish that the vocals would have been raised up a little bit in the chorus because they also sound so good. But all right, so this chorus, they say, louder than bombs I break, and they're basically all singing on this one, or at least Jimin and Jungkook on this first one as far as I could hear. All the pain pour out from the moment I knew the expression you had on wasn't that expression. Louder than bombs I break. Now obviously I don't know if this is a perfect translation. A line that really stood out to me was the expression you had on wasn't that expression. And I was like, what does that mean? But I think what that means is that this is also a song dedicated to the fans. And they're even saying the way that the fans engage them and interact. And if the fans are sad or the fans see them changing, I think that really impacts BTS. And so I think that in this song, they're kind of sharing that. They're being vulnerable and they're saying, you know, this really affects us. We feel the pressure. But then I think that there's a brighter outlook as the song moves on. So let's keep going. So now we're at verse 2, and RM does this interesting melodic rap that at first it was kind of difficult for me to catch. And then they have this almost like robotic harmony in the background, but it grew on me and I actually like it. So this is what he says. He says, baby, I'm nothinner than nothing. Interesting line. Brighter than the light. Don't you want a thing from me? But you say I'm somethinger than something. Brighter than the light. Don't you give up your life. Here I stay, pray, just for better days. Every day amaze. Wonder if this is my place. And I think that wonder if this is my place, really interesting line there. I think that that's basically him saying everything that we've been striving for. And this is a lot of what the album is about. And again, the shadow side of all of this, it's like you strive, you strive, you strive. They achieved a lot. But then the pressure's built up, not just the pressure of the crazy schedule, but also millions of people that you feel like you could let down. That's got to be really, really intense. Drive a lot of people to a really dark place and a crazy point when they just feel like they have the weight of the world on them and every little move is being watched and they affect so many people. There's like a crazy pressure. And I think that RM's almost saying there, like, I wonder if this was the right thing. So they're kind of sharing that dialogue that they have, like, was this really what we wanted? All right, so let's keep moving on. So then verse 3, J-Hope comes in. He says, where's my way? The ground keeps quaking. I collapse on my own, mute, louder than bombs. I want to tell you that darkness exists everywhere. Don't be afraid of it. Whatever night may swallow me, I won't give up. The fight for you will shine. We're all human. We all have problems. We all deal with a lot of things. I think that a lot of us that maybe don't live in LA and don't have friends that are these like celebrities or people that are high up in the music industry that seem to have everything, but just real people, like they still have all the little problems that we all have, you know, maybe different problems, but they're still problems and they're very real to them. Trust me, you know, I know a lot of these people, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. That's just is what it is. I have the same problems. We all can kind of like relate on that issue, and I think that he's saying like the darkness, that shadow side exists everywhere. Don't be afraid of it. So it's like even here it exists, but don't be afraid. J-Hope's basically saying like, but don't be afraid. Like a motivational speaker over here, but no, but yeah, really, he's basically saying we will get through this together. We are all the same in this. We'll get through it together. So I think that's a really powerful lyric. And then the pre-chorus comes in, which was interesting because there wasn't a pre-chorus on the first verse. So that's one thing about BTS. They kind of like the normal way to write a song, the structure of a song, they completely change, which I love. But anyway, then Jin and Jimin are singing on this pre-chorus and they say, you and I, we feel it together, sadness and pain, it's not a coincidence, yeah, we picked this game. And now either that's Jin and Jimin singing to each other. They sounded beautiful on that line too. Loved the melody, loved the vocal tone. Jin killed it in that upper range, so did Jimin. But anyway, I think either they're singing together like we picked this, like we asked for this fame. But I also think that they're saying like all of us, like the people listening too, like we picked this, like we're here, we are living. And while we're living, there will be darkness, there will be those issues. There's no escaping it. There will always be problems. That's just a part of life, no matter what level you're at or no matter what your Instagram looks like. Okay, now we're gonna move on to verse 4. And Suga says, people say they're jealous of us, the pain I have. They say it's hypocrisy. No matter what I do, I get caught up in it. If not us, who will do it? People say they're jealous of us, the pain I have. They say it's hypocrisy. No matter what I do, I get caught up in it. If not us, who will do it? And I loved the lower tone that he had on this. It was almost like a whisper, if I can remember correctly, and it sounded awesome. So shout out to Suga for killing it with this line. But I think that this is interesting because I think he's also maybe saying, he's pointing out that people think that famous people can't have pain and can't go through things. And that's just simply not true, as we've talked about many times. And I think that they're just continuing to say, like, it's almost like a warning, not even a warning, but just like an eye-opening song to the fans of this is what's going on. We're feeling this pressure, we're feeling down, we're feeling the anxiety, the stress that comes with this fame and that comes with this success. And in some way, you know, people are kind of like, oh, look at you, you know, crying in your Lamborghini or crying with all these millions of followers and everything. But at the end of the day, all of that is so fleeting and it's really so meaningless and getting caught up in those numbers and caught up in all that. And I see it so much in LA and I just want to shake people like, wake up, wake up. Life is about so much more than that. And I really think that that's what he's commenting on, is that he feels this too. And even though a lot of people are, you know, jealous of them, he still has a lot of pain. And it's like, you should walk a day in my shoes and really see, is this a life that you would want to live? But then I think he's also saying, if not us, who will do it? And then I'll comment on that at the end of the song. So the final chorus, Jungkook, Jimin, Jin sings on it, and it's louder than bombs, I sing. So they changed the lyric there. Make a promise for you and I. Whatever wave may sweep over us, we will endlessly sing to you. Louder than bombs, I sing. So now they've switched it. Before it was obviously break, now it's sing. So I love that they switched that there. No matter what pain they go through, no matter what happens, no matter what stress they go through, this is a song to the fans to say, we are in this for you. It's almost not about us. No, it's not about them. It's about us. You know, it's about everyone that they're reaching. And it's like, no matter what anxiety, stress, pain we go through, we're going to continue singing for you. You know, we're going to continue singing for the people that listen, for us. And I think that that's really powerful. So it was a great way to end the song. I think this is a beautiful song, and I love the melodies. I love the vocal execution. Incredible. You know, I love that soulful, you know, those soulful melodies. I love the falsetto notes, soft tones that they added. It was so smooth. But also I love the songwriting, because the song is like a journey itself, and it's giving you an insight into their mind and where they're at. And at first you're like, you know, it's commenting back on that dark side, that shadow side. But by the end of it, there's like a light into the shadow, or a light at the end of the tunnel, I guess you could say, where they're like, no matter what pain we're going through, we are going through pain, but we're going to continue pushing forward. And I think that's a beautiful message. I think this was a beautiful song, and that is my analysis of it. My only wish was that they turned up the vocals in the chorus, but hey, I might be biased. You know, I love those vocals, especially when they're beautiful. I'm like, man, I can hear a sub bass anytime. Turn up those vocals, come on. If I was in the mixing session, I'd be like, turn the vocals up. They didn't invite me to the mixing session, so okay. Anyway, tons of love. I hope that you enjoyed this. This is my first time doing something like this without reacting. It was kind of fun and cool, and this way I know that it won't get deleted, because sometimes these videos get deleted or removed. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Finally, if you want to learn how to sing, you've got to check out Singer. Take that free 15-minute lesson. Learning to sing is easy. Having an amazing singing voice is not something that has to be difficult. It can be easy. I think a lot of people tell you it has to be difficult so that you know, can stay through their coaching, or I don't know. They almost like want it to be a slow process for you. Singing does not have to be a slow process of getting great. It just takes the right kinds of exercises. It takes the right kind of scope and sequence. And the beautiful thing about Singer is that it takes all the thought process out of it. It just takes 10, 15, 20 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week, and you can have an amazing an amazing singing voice, a singing voice literally that you would be shocked that you would have. And so if singing is something that you're passionate about, I encourage you, at least take that free lesson, little 15-minute lesson. When you record your voice before and then after, when you compare the two, you will hear an improvement. And I mean, it's going to prove to yourself what you are capable of in just 15 minutes. Then imagine if you're doing new ones every day in the Full Singer program. I mean, by week 1, week 2, week 3, I mean, people are messaging saying it's like week 1, 1 week, they have a new voice. Leave me a comment. Should I do this for another one of the BTS songs? This was really fun. I love dorking out on amazing music. So I really enjoy doing this. So if you enjoy it, I'll do more. So let me know, leave me a comment. Hope you're healthy, tons of love, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.